Well, we knew it would be a very competitive game defensively. They're one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers. I think they average forcing 17 turnovers per game, and that's what we had. We went to that game understanding that we had to, really take care of the basketball because of their activity and their style of play, and we didn't do it as good a job as I would have liked, and in large part because of them. One thing to watch it on film, it's another thing to actually play against them and their activity and their disruption. And that's what they were able to do. I give our guys a lot of credit. We built the lead, and they did a great job of continuing to play hard and make plays, and they cut the three. And then we had guys step up and really extend our lead again. I thought Jordan Ivy Curry was really good in that stretch. DJ, getting to the free throw line, knocking down free throws. I thought those were all really good plays that we made when we needed to.
I know you just credited, Tarleton's style of play, but, to get off to another slow start, what did you see out there? Was there anything you thought your guys weren't doing out there?
No, I thought when we got off to a slow start, I thought we had some great looks, to be quite frank. I thought we had some looks early on, and it just didn't go. And that's part of it. It's part of the game. I think the lesson that we're learning is you're going to have to win defensively because there are nights, like I said earlier this season, where shots aren't falling. Fortunately, majority of these nights we've been able to find ways to win, and we haven't really shot our best. Like, I watch these guys every day in practice, and I know how good they are, how capable they are of knocking down shots. I think you've seen it in spurts for us, like when we needed them, and Juice showed you, what we're capable of, what he's capable of. And but we need that right from the start and for 40 minutes. But while that's going on, the biggest lesson that we should be learning is the importance of how you got to guard, because there are nights where no matter how good you are, you're not going to make shots, and you still have to find a way to win. It can't be an excuse because you didn't make shots.
Coach, you guys had 17 turnovers tonight, and adding on to the shots, you guys went on near a 10-minute drought on field goals in the second half. With conference play coming up, is there an urgency to clean up the style of offense right now?
Oh, definitely. We want to be better at what we do. Like I said, some of it is we're getting some good looks by guys that we're designed to get those looks for. And, we haven't knocked them down as consistently as we would like. I think a large part of it right now for us is also, I've been in this for a long time. Last time we played was last Sunday. They've played a game during the middle of the week. We played last Sunday. So, our guys hadn't played the game with finals and everything going on for a week. And sometimes when you do that, you get a little bit out of sync. I thought we were gaining a rhythm. And then now, you're out of sync a little bit, and it takes you a little while to kind of adjust again to playing against someone else. They spent the entire week practicing against each other. And then you face another opponent, which is totally different from who you're facing. Style of play maybe, different bodies, different ways to play defense and offense. You're accustomed to playing your teammates because you see them every day. So I think that's part of, what's happened a little bit for us too, is getting some continuity, getting out there more often so that we can, get more consistency.
Coach, a little off topic, but it's been about a decade since you and Scott Frost were hired within just months of each other. What does his return mean to you? And also, what kind of relationship did you establish with him during his first time here?
I had a very good relationship with Coach Frost. Good man, terrific coach, and excited to have him here. I know our university did a great job of, vetting and looking at candidates that they thought would be, suitable for the position. And I would think, Scott was right at the top of the list. Me having, worked with him here and seeing what he was able to accomplish with our program, he did an amazing job. So excited to have him back, and looking forward to seeing all the things that he can accomplish.
After the last game, you talked about wanting to use the week of practice to work on yourselves. How would you describe that week of practice, and what did you see from that during this game?
I thought we got better. I thought we got better in what we were doing in practice, to be quite frank. I don't think it always showed up in here, but some of the things we emphasized I thought our guys were trying to do. Now we have to make those things our habit. We were able to work on ourselves for 2 days, and the other 2 days we had to prep. So we still, like I said, did some things working on ourselves, but we also had to spend a lot of time prepping on what they're going to do defensively against us, what they're running offensively that we got to start preparing for and making sure that we, understand what they're trying to accomplish on the court. So, with that, I thought we did get better. I thought practices were spirited. I thought there was a lot of good energy. and effort. And so we just have to continue to build on it and make that a habit. And so as we make that a habit, I think we continue to improve.
You have another week between games or thereabouts. What can you do differently in practice to ratchet up that intensity so that it's not that lull between games that you were talking about earlier?
We have to continue to be more competitive at what we do in practice, more live play from the standpoint of, scrimmaging and so forth, to try to make sure we try to mimic what we're going to face when we face Tulsa. We have to try to do that more with a full week, so these guys are still in game competing, and that, not that we didn't do that some, because we did this week, but it's something we could do a little more.
So I asked this question to the guys that were before you, but I kind of want to know from your point of view, what's your view on the upcoming game against Tulsa, and what's going to be the game plan for you guys to get a win against Tulsa? Well,
I have not seen Tulsa play, so for me that's very difficult. I'm always in the moment, and so the only team I was really concerned with was Tarleton State. And we'll start preparing for Tulsa, this evening, and then we'll move forward with them. But I know they'll be well coached. I know they'll play hard, like all teams do in Division I. So I know it's going to be a test for us again. And so the thing we have to do is continue to use this week to get better in preparation for Tulsa, because I know they'll be preparing well for us as well.
Coach, you mentioned you guys had good looks in the first half from the three-point line, and they just weren't falling. And in the second half, it ramped up a little bit more. What was the key to widening the margin in the second half?
I thought we turned our defense into some good offense, which means we made some shots. We defended well. I thought we defended well for the most part all game. I just didn't think we, shot the ball as well as I know we were capable of. But we continued to defend. We held them to 51 points. And so to do that, it takes a heck of an effort to do that against any team in college. And so I thought our guys did a really good job there. We just wasn't able to turn it into offense as much earlier as we were in the second half. Second half, even though we had a drought, we did have some stretches where we knocked down a number of threes and a number of shots as well. So I thought that's why we were able to widen the margin.
Coach, how do you evaluate the fast break game today? It seemed like there were a few hiccups on a few scenarios.
Definitely. I think we got to push the ball and connect more in transition. I didn't think we connected as well in transition as I would like for us to do. That's a big part of how we want to play. We want to play a fast-paced game, and we need to be efficient, in transition. And I don't think we were as efficient as we could be. And again, sometimes we did get some good looks in transition that would have made it look a little bit different, but they didn't go down for us tonight. Now, I'm very confident that they will, but there is area for us to improve at, and that's something that we're working on, is also what we do, on our fast break.
Coach, you guys shot 25% in the first half, 52% in the second half. How do you carry that momentum into this next game versus Tulsa?
Just continuing to build on the things we did well, continuing to build on the fact that, our ball movement is pretty good. I think we had 14 assists, and like I said, we missed probably at least 10 open looks, I thought. So we had a chance to get over 20 assists in this game, which would be a great number for any college team. And so we want to continue to build on that, understand the importance of finding each other when we're open, finding them on time, on target, so we can make each other better on the court, something that we preach. And we'll continue to get better at. Like, again, these guys are still learning to play with each other. They're still figuring each other out. They all come from different systems, and some of them, like I said, multiple different systems. They've been transferred 2-3 times. So it's a process for these guys. But the thing I see is a willingness to want to do it, a willingness to want to learn. And as long as they have that, we'll continue to improve.
The obligatory Mikey and Jalen question. It's been a week since we asked you that they were day-to-day last time. Where are they at now?
Day-to-day?
Your day-to-day becomes week-to-week.
Yeah, exactly. I can't say week-to-week. They're still day-to-day. We are seeing progress. They are improving. And so it's just a process. For them, the last thing I think I said this before is put somebody out there on that court when they're not quite ready to be out there and then have another setback. It's better to just make sure, and you can still have a setback anyway, but at least you want to give them as much time as possible as they're recovering to get out there. In both cases, they want to be out there, but, as coaches, as their guardians, that's what we are. We want to make sure it's the right thing for these young men to be out there at the right time, and then we'll see what happens. But, they are improving, which is really good. They want to be out there. Like I said, it's not like these young people don't want to be on the court. Believe me, they want to be out there. I have to deal with them every day. But, our doctors and trainers who are very, very good, they understand, the time frame and timing of what they think should happen, and we're going to stick to that.
Coach, I know the early non-conference schedule is, learning about your team, all these new transfers, learning how they played with each other, just kind of rotations. I know, matchups and foul trouble, all this stuff can kind of factor in. But do you have a pretty good handle of your team in rotation as you only 2 games left before you get to conference play?
No, we have an idea with the guys that are here with us. Yeah, we have an idea of our rotations and who's been able to make certain contributions. What combinations have done well for us on the floor. We have a good idea about that. It's just a function of inserting the guys as they get healthy. And when you're inserting guys, that means you have to look at guys that now you're changing their role some. And so that's where we, are going to face, in the future. But right now, with the guys that we do have, I think we're comfortable in understanding who they are and what roles they can fill for us.
And on the note, what has surprised you? Were there maybe some questions you had going into the season where you didn't know how certain guys were going to play, but now that we're kind of into it, that you've learned a lot more?
Well, I didn't know if Benny could play 5 for us, but I think he's big enough and he's strong enough to play 5 for us. So that's giving us a more versatile guy at that position. I think he's been good for us. Moustapha, I knew Moustapha, as long as he could block and change shots. I think he's a really good offensive player. He's capable of scoring in the low post. He's capable of scoring facing up. So not only does he, defend for us, and it's going to be a really good defender with his length, but he also is a capable scorer. So he gives us something that, I didn't know was there. And then, of course, Jordan Ivy Curry, playing both small guards together. You never know how that's going to go. You're playing 2 guards, essentially, point guards out there in Jordan Ivy Curry and Darius Johnson. But I think they've shown, pretty good chemistry considering how early it is with 2 guys who never played together before. So those would be some of the things that kind of stick out to me.
Coach, what is it like to learn from a win? Obviously, it wasn't the best game. It was pretty sloppy, but you're able to learn from a win as opposed from a loss, especially coming up towards conference play.
Well, I'd always rather learn from a win. I mean, it's so important that you develop those type of habits. Winning is a habit you want to develop, and so I'm excited that we got the win. And you should feel good about any win, whether it's sloppy, whether it's you won a great game. You should feel good about them because the thing I've tried to impress upon my teams all the time is winning is hard. I mean, sometimes people look at the teams and you look at records and. In today's college basketball, it's not going to matter. I mean, there's so much parity. You guys, have great nights on their night, and all of a sudden you lose a game. And so anytime you can get a win, regardless if it's sloppy or if it was, or you played some great basketball, you take that win and you look to get better from it. And so for us, there are a lot of areas we can continue to improve on, and that's what we're going to do after the nice game. And that's exciting. I mean, we shouldn't be a finished product in December. We need to be, playing, and improving every day as we move forward through into the new years is our goal. And so we'll need to get better from tonight's game.
Do you feel an urgency for the need to start ramping up things a little bit more?
I feel a sense of urgency to get better, not with regards to Big 12 play, to be quite frank, but every game. I'm a big believer, and I don't look too far in the future. I'm not a guy. I'm pretty much have always been in the moment as a player and as a person. And so for me, it's about just getting better because it's our standards. It has nothing to do with who we're going to face in the month from now. It has something to do with right now, and these are our standards regardless if we're playing a Big 12 team, regardless if we're playing Tarleton State or whoever. We need to be about our business of improving and getting better as we move forward.
All set? Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
You guys got it. All right, guys.
Low start, particularly in that first half from a scoring standpoint. You guys were able to pull away at the end, but kind of what was Coach Dawkins' message to you guys after a game like this?
Just next play, focus on keep going hard. So we're not really focused on our shots right now. We're focusing on being tough and focusing on rebounding the ball. We know we got good enough players to make shots, and the more we keep working on our toughness and going hard, the more I feel like our shots gonna fall.
One of the main issues, especially in the second half, was some of the turnovers that you guys had. How much do you guys are emphasizing to clean that up before conference play?
We know that's a big thing we need to work on, going against great teams. They're not going to let us get the ball back, and then they're going to capitalize on our turnovers. So we emphasize that a lot. That's one of Coach Dock's major rules is he don't like turning over the ball.
For both of you guys, are you concerned with the shooting struggles, or are you more impressed with how you responded?
As a player, it's always, tough to see the ball not go in. But I think we're just focusing on next play, going hard, and just focusing on our toughness. That's it.
Question for Jordan. So you scored 16 points tonight. 11 of them were in the last 2 minutes of the half. like 5 minutes to 3 minutes left in the half. What was the key for you to find your rhythm in that time?
Just knowing the player I am, I know some games I don't have to touch the ball in the first half because I know I can score in bunches. And just talking to myself consistently, even when shots not falling, that keep telling myself, building myself with confidence, and then my teammates also doing the same thing, and Coach Dawkins do it. So I knew my shot was gonna fall just off, the positive energy that I have around me.
How would you describe the week of practice leading up to this one?
We've been having a great practice. We've been emphasizing a lot of rebounding, working on our rebounding and toughness, a lot of running, getting it conditioning. We think it's our conditioning is the reason why we haven't been rebounding the ball so well, able to fight long enough because our pace is very fast. So we've been just working on that, building our endurance and rebounding the ball.
When you go a week between games, does that throw your rhythm off a bit maybe? You need those 2 games a week?
I can say, yeah, kind of. You're used to playing games back to back within the week, but I can say practice is not the same as a game. The game and shape is very different. So you can practice hard in the games. Well, I'm not sure. Just for me, but practice is very different than a game. I can say that. So it kind of does throw it off a little bit, just a little bit.
Moustapha, you were extremely active, obviously scoring. You had 6 blocks, 9 rebounds. Do you feel like this was one of your better all-around games so far?
I mean, yeah, we've been just working hard and then trying to get better every game. So it's, we just got to keep doing it and then just keep working hard.
Kind of the same question that Trace asked Jordan. Just is it, playing a week in between games, is that difficult? Or he was just saying practice obviously isn't the same intensity maybe as a real game. Does that kind of contribute to maybe some of these sluggish starts?
I mean, yeah, it depends because I came from high school. I wasn't used to do that. We were just used to play like one game and then 2 weeks after another game. So when I came to college, it's like game. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to get used to it and then just got to adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How are you guys feeling for the upcoming game against Tulsa on Saturday?
Feel great. I actually played against Tulsa last year, and they have a good system and a great team. So I know we're looking forward to them and ready to compete.
Kind of to piggyback off that, what's the mentality within the team now that you guys are down to your last 2 non-conference games?
Just focusing on our toughness, Like I keep saying, I know the Big 12 conference is all about that, playing physical. So we just work, and they like the offensive rebounds is, key to several teams that we're gonna play against. So making sure we boxing out and getting rebounds is our focus right now.
Do you guys feel like the slow shooting starts need to change quickly before conference play comes? Because it might find your guys in a stronger hole come conference play.
I know my teammates believe in themselves, and I believe in them, and Coach believe in us. So we do need to turn it around, and we do need to turn around ASAP. And I'm pretty sure, and I know we're gonna do it. So that's nothing to worry about.
In the first half, you guys shot 17% from the 3-point line. How frustrating is that to get good looks and not see them fall?
I mean, you shot the ball, it goes in or it's not, you know what I'm saying? So I trust my teammate and then I believe they trust themselves and then they just got to keep shooting the ball. We're not worrying about shots. We just got to keep focusing on defense and just getting stops.
Where do you think this team is defensively with just a couple of games left until conference play?
I feel like our defense we got a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna say we're a bad team. We have a lot of athleticism and a lot of fast guys, moving guys, and guys that can jump. I just feel like we got to be more on the string together going into conference. When Moustapha jumps to block a shot, we got to have that crackdown guy to help him out on the rebounds and stuff like that. So once we pick all that, the little stuff up, we'll be good defensively.
It's obviously hard learning from a loss, but you guys are able to learn from a win this game and come out still victorious, but still know that you need improvement. How much does that guy keep you morale for the next game?
Got it, bro.
Nah.
Repeat the question again.
Yeah, so what is it to you guys? How does that keep the morale up, knowing that you still need to improve, but you can learn from a win?
Yeah, I mean, it's better to learn from a win than learn from a loss. So, every time we play a game and we won, we just got to watch film with Coach Dawkins and then just learn a lot of things and keep working it in practice.
Jordan, you mentioned the toughness. You guys got outscored 32-12 tonight in the paint. Is that just something you guys have to work on 1 through 5, all contributing, all getting into your driving lanes and making sure you score and convert?
I know tonight they packed in a lot. So like when we drive or get in the paint, it's like 4 guys on us. So we just had a lot of kickouts. So I don't think it has nothing to do with just being toughness, getting to the paint. I'm pretty sure Keyshawn and Moustapha and DJ can get to the rim anytime. Me, I can get to the rim. Debo, we got guys that can get to the rim. I just think that they was compacting the paint, so it was like leaving open guys. So within the players we have, the skilled guys we got, that's the easier read to not shoot the ball with 4 guys on them to kick it out.
Time for one more. All good? Great.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yep.